What's up guys, this is TCG Sam here, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you a full combo guide on how to play Invoked Shaddolls. I'm going to be doing a couple of combos for you today so you can see what this deck can really do. But anyways, without further ado, let's begin. Alright, so getting into the first combo, you're going to need an Aleister the Invoker, a Shaddoll Squamata, or a Shaddoll Wendy, and a Performance Damage Juggler. So this is going to end you with an Appaloosa, any two Invoke fusions, and then a winda play on your opponent's turn. So anyways, you're going to start by normal summoning Aleister. Aleister's going to grab you Invocation. Then you're going to use the Invocation in your hand to fuse away the Squamata and the Damage Juggler into a Construct. And then you're going to do Construct Chainlink 1, Squamata Chainlink 2, doesn't matter. You're getting both the Rest Shaddoll and the Nail Shaddoll to your field. So Rest is sent off of one and Reach Shaddoll sent off the other one. Reach Shaddoll summons Nail Shaddoll Aerial face down. And then from here, you can banish your Damage Juggler, search your Performance Trick Clown, and then you turn your Construct and your Aleister the Invoker into a Cross Sheep. And then you're going to use Rest Shaddoll, banishing itself and Construct to flip up your Nail Shaddoll. When Nail Shaddoll's flip face up, you get to summon your Construct from the Banish Zone, summon it to Cross Sheep Zone, then use Cross Sheep and Construct's effect. Construct this time is going to dump specifically El Shaddoll Fusion, and Cross Sheep is going to bring back any monster, doesn't matter. We'll summon back a Squamata. And then from here, I'm going to turn the Cross Sheep and the Construct into the Aleister Link monster. And this is a crucial part of this combo because it allows us to search Invocation many more times to summon more Invoke fusions when we do our fusion plays. So anyways, when Construct's sent to the graveyard, you're going to add El Shaddoll back to your hand. So from here, I'm going to activate El Shaddoll Fusion, fusing away the Aerial Trick Clown to make your second Construct. Oh yeah, and sorry, you do need a card in your hand to discard for this combo. I forgot to mention that at the beginning. You should have two other cards to play with because you're going first. So anyways, yeah, you fuse these two away. Then you use Construct and Trick Clown and Aleister's effect. When Aleister is on the field and a fusion monster fusion summoned, you can discard a card to add another Invocation from your deck to your hand. So I'm going to resolve all our effects. So Aleister adds Invocation, Trick Clown summons itself back, and Construct's going to send Shaddoll Hedgehog from our deck to the graveyard. Shaddoll Hedgehog is going to add us our Shaddoll Squamata or Shaddoll Beast. It doesn't really matter. We can just add a Beast, for example. And then from here, I'm going to activate the Invocation, banishing Aleister in my graveyard and Construct from my graveyard to summon Invoked Mechaba to the field. And once again, that's going to trigger Aleister the Invoker of Madness to discard a card and add another Invocation from our deck to our hand. So this combo does require you to play 3 Invocations in your deck, but of course, Invocation isn't actually that bad on its own either, because as you can see, it can just be used as a regular polymerization to fuse your Shaddoll monsters in your hand to continue making your plays. So anyways, from here, you can turn these 3 into an Appaloosa, which has 3 negates now. And when El Shaddoll sent to the graveyard, you add back your El Shaddoll Fusion, and then use the one of the Invocations in the graveyard, shuffle itself back into the deck to add an Aleister from your banish to your hand. And then from here, you can use Invocation to either summon Invoked Raijin if you play it by banishing the Wendy and the Aleister, or in my case, I prefer to banish an Aleister and a Dark Monster to summon Invoked Caliga instead. Because I believe that Caliga is just more impressive than Raijin, at least in my opinion. And even though it prevents you from using monster effects, like the fact that it prevents them from using monster effects too, that means they're not going to be able to get past any of your stuff or attack over any of it without first getting rid of Caliga. And of course, you have Aleister the Invoker to protect your Caliga as well. Plus, on your opponent's turn, when you have the El Shaddoll Fusion set, you can activate El Shaddoll Fusion, turning Squamata and Beast into a El Shaddoll winda. So of course, if you kept the Nail Shaddoll Aerial, it probably was a little better to keep the Nail Shell Aerial and search a Squamata instead, because that way you get more value. But like, I'm just showing you the end board would be. So obviously, to optimize the play, you would keep the Nail Shaddoll Aerial on the board, and Hedgehog would search another Squamata instead of a Beast. So when you made either a Winda, or if you also had the choice to make an App Clone if you kept Nail Shaddoll, then you'd be able to trigger Squamata again, sending like a Shaddoll to summon a Beast face down or something, and the Nail Shaddoll will be able to banish stuff from your opponent's graveyard. So this is probably one of the most powerful combos in this deck, going first, and you can do it all for just 3 cards, and you end off with this really oppressive board that your opponent's gonna have a really difficult time breaking. So anyways, that's it for combo number 1. Moving on to the next combo, this is a 1-card combo with Shaddoll Fusion to OTK your opponent, assuming they have an extra deck monster on the board. So what you're gonna do is start by activating Shaddoll Fusion, and then sending Squamata and Damage Juggler, to the graveyard to summon your El Shaddoll Construct. And then that's gonna trigger your Squamata and your Construct. So we're gonna kind of do the regular Resh and Reshaddoll play, where Reshaddoll is going to summon Nail Shaddoll face down, and then you're gonna banish the Damage Juggler you sent to add Perform Mage, Trick Clown from your deck to your hand, and then you're gonna normal summon the Trick Clown, link off Trick Clown and Construct into a cross sheet. That's going to trigger both Construct to add back the Fusion, and Trick Clown to summon itself back to the field. Next, I'm going to banish Shaddoll and Construct to flip up Nail Shaddoll, and when Nail Shaddoll's flipped up, you get to summon Construct back from your banish zone, and then that's going to trigger Cross Sheep and Construct simultaneously. Cross Sheep is going to summon back Squamata. Construct is going to send you El Shaddoll Fusion specifically here, because with El Shaddoll Fusion you get to just push for more damage during your opponent's turn, and during your battle phase, and it gives you a play for your opponent's turn if this somehow can't kill them. So you're gonna link these 3 into a Borrelsword Dragon this time, and that's gonna trigger your El Shaddoll to add back Fusion. So from here, this is going to be 3k damage over an attack position monster no matter what they have, and it's going to gain their attack. Then it's going to be like, let's say, I don't know, an X amount of damage. So like, we'll keep that for later. Then you have, assuming you have a direct attack for 1800, that'll be 4800 damage you've done to your opponent so far. And then El Shaddoll Fusion, fuse away these 2 to summon. You could either summon an App Clone, or you could summon like a Winda for your opponent's turn. So like, you can App Clone if you're short on a little bit of damage, but let's say we summon out a Winda. This is going to be another 22, so far we did 3k guaranteed, assuming we did 18 and then 22. So that's going to be 7k, I believe. And then Borrelsword is going to switch the Winda to defense and finally attack over something. You only needed to do 1000 damage at this point, and it's already gained the attack of one of your opponent's monsters, so in most cases this should already be game. However, even if it's not game, you're still in a really good spot because you have a Shaddoll Fusion as a follow-up, and your Borrelsword Dragon is protecting your El Shaddoll Winda, so they can't run it over with a normal summon or something. You can just turn to defense mode in the battle phase, and your Winda is going to be safe. So yeah, that's going to do it for this combo. Alright, and for this combo, I'm going to show you what you can do when this deck quote-unquote bricks. So like, as you can see with this hand, it's really not ideal for going first. Your Shaddoll monsters don't do anything, and you don't even have a Shaddoll Fusion spell. So like, I just compiled like what I thought would be like the worst fusion play like that you have access to in your deck. It's like a fusion spell you can add back, and then 2 Shaddoll monsters that don't do anything. So you're negging like, you're like -2 to like make this App Clone. However, the thing with App Clone is it gives you so much flexibility based on the Shaddoll monster you used and the rest of your hand. So like, assuming like the worst case scenario where you have like a blank card and then these 3, you can turn the App Clone that's specifically in the extra monster zone into Gravity Controller, and then use App Clone's effect when it's sent to the graveyard. So here you either have the choice of adding Shaddoll or the new Shaddoll card from Rise of the Duelist called Shaddoll Schism, I believe, which allows you to fusion summon on your opponent's turn. So let's say you add Shaddoll, you can send this to the graveyard. On your opponent's turn, you just set this, activate Resh, summon back App Clone to negate a face-up card permanently on the board. And with this board, you're likely not going to die because both of these cards have like battle protection. And if the App Clone gets sent to the graveyard, you get another Shaddoll resource from your deck to your hand, so you can like add a Shaddoll fusion or dump like Shaddoll Wendy or something like that. And however, if you added like Shaddoll Schism, which is the new card from Rise of the Duelist, which I don't have at the moment, but it's a continuous trap that lets you fusion summon on your opponent's turn by banishing the appropriate materials from your graveyard, and then you're able to send a monster on the field with the same attribute as the monster that you summoned off of its effect. So like if you added that, let's just pretend this is the continuous trap. You can activate it, banish the App Clone, and then one of the Shaddolls to make a winda, and then you'd be able to send a dark monster your opponent controls to the grave while sticking a winda on the board. However, another play that you could do, let's say instead of Shaddoll Dragon, you were fortunate enough to have a Shaddoll Hedgehog or something. So like, let me just go back. You start off with something like this. An Invocation, the Hedgehog, and then the blank Shaddoll into an App Clone. Then you're going to use Hedgehog's effect, and I believe you can actually chain block Hedgehog here, which is kind of cute, where you go Hedgehog to Chainlink 1 and then App Clone Chainlink 2 targeting itself, because I believe it's, after reading it just now, I believe it's a legal play to target itself. So this can actually be used to chain block your Shaddoll effects in the graveyard if you need an important one to resolve. So like let's say in this case you got Hedgehog, you definitely add Squamata here, and in the same play you turn the App Clone into a gravity controller, and then the App Clone triggers to this time to grab you El Shaddoll Fusion, and then you send the random card from your hand to the grave. So on this, doesn't look like much, but on your opponent's turn, you're able to El Shaddoll Fusion these two into a window, which is really oppressive on its own. And then Squamata here, most likely should be sending Wendy, and Wendy should be able to set a beast from your field to the from your deck to the field. So in this situation, if you have like more Shaddolls in your hand, like maybe an extra hedge, like a beast, not a beast, sorry, like a extra hedgehog or something, and when your beast is flipped face up, you draw 2, discard this, get more pluses. Or if you want, you could also summon Dragon face down to like not to guarantee yourself to not die, because if they attack into it, Dragon's just gonna flip up one of your opponent's monsters. And when the window dies, you get one of your resources back. You get your El Shaddoll Fusion back. So that's what you can do with just pretty much El Shaddoll App Clone when you have like a fusion spell and 2 random Shaddolls. Of course, the combo gets a little better if you have like better Shaddolls in your hand. So like instead of Ariel, if you had Wendy, you'd have an extra monster on board for like advantage or fusion plays, which would definitely be good. So yeah, I just wanted to demonstrate what you could do off of one App Clone, which just goes to show how powerful this card is, and it may even justify playing cards like extra Foolish Burial to just send this straight to the graveyard to start your plays in this deck or in any deck that has this in the extra deck. So anyways, that's going to conclude this combo. Alright, so for the final combo, it's actually just going to involve Aleister the Invoker. I'm sure you guys have seen this combo before in other Invoked builds, but I just wanted to demonstrate how powerful and consistent the Invoked engine can be and why it's so powerful. So anyways, I'm going to obviously start with normal summoning Aleister, which is going to grab you Invocation. And then you're going to turn the Aleister into a Salamangreat Almirage for your extra deck. So like this is how you get your 1-card mechaba, because you turn the Almirage into a Secure Gardener, and then activate the Invocation, banishing the Aleister the Invoker and the Secure Gardener to summon your mechaba. And in the graveyard, Invocation is going to shuffle itself back to add yourself an Aleister. So this just goes to show how powerful the Invoked engine is. It gets you a free negate with a follow-up for potential OTK with Purgatrio, because you already have a fire monster in your grave, and you're guaranteed to get the Aleister back to your hand with the Invocation to then boost your Purgatrio by 1000 more attack, and it's already attacking into all of your opponent's monsters at that point. And once you're able to do that, you could like even if you have like other cards in your hand, which you should, of course, like I'm just assuming this is like the only playable card in your hand. You'd be able to like make your Shaddoll plays on top of this, or like hold a bunch of hand traps and play mechaba control. So yeah, I just wanted to quickly show this one card invoke combo that I'm pretty sure a lot of people knew, but like I thought it was still good to show, because at times you will just have to normal summon aleister, make your mechaba, add this back to your hand, and pass with the play for next turn. And yeah, that's gonna conclude this combo. Alright, so that's gonna conclude the Invoked Shaddoll combo tutorial video, where I went over some combos that this deck can do. Hopefully you guys were able to learn something new, and you guys were able to see what this deck can really do, and how it can still compete with the meta with some of its consistent combos and fusion plays that you can make with many different hands. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a like and subscribe for more of these types of videos, and because it really helps me stay motivated to keep posting videos, and it helps the channel grow. So if you liked the video, please remember to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys so much for watching once again, and I will see you soon.